Man, I don't want to eat no turkey burger, man. I want a regular burger. Turkey burger, man. I want a regular burger. What's this turkey burger, man? I don't want a turkey burger. I want a regular burger. You know what I'm saying, man? Give me a regular burger. Hey, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of everybody and their burger needs here on old Guitkits channel. Peace be with you. Always. So, welcome back. I hope you're having a good time. If you're not having a good time, well, maybe it's time to talk to somebody. Because, I mean, this is like the third or fourth time you told me things weren't going too well. You know what I mean? And that's not my bad. You know what I mean? So now I'm telling you, I can't help you anymore. We're just going to have to talk about guitars from now on out. But the rest of you, you know what I mean? We're still okay, man. It's cool. Just that one guy, man. It's too much, man. What the fuck is that, man? It looks pretty primeval, man. It's a preview of what I'm going to tell you about. I'm going to tell you about the great country of Turkey. Turkey, man. A couple of years ago, I was watching this novella on the Spanish channel with my beautiful wife about Suleiman the Great. Suleiman the Great, I thought it was like a, you know what I mean, like a Spanish, you know what I mean, novella. Cause there's one about Jesus and all kinds of stuff. I was like, hey, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was cool. It was cool, man. It's great. It's about Suleiman. And I loved it, you know what I mean? I absorbed it. I started reading about Suleiman. It's great. And another one came about Suleiman's son. And I realized that, like, one of the dude's voice was totally different, but it was the same dude. I said, what's it? And I realized that it was dubbed, man. It was dubbed in the Spanish. I said, who made this wonderful novella about Suleiman and his son? I found out it was a Turkish novella. And then I found out that all my favorite novellas that I ever seen in Spanish were all really Turkish novellas, man. So I became like in love with Turkish novellas, which means soap operas for you people that are all gringos out there, man. Hey, I'm intercultural, man. I'm multicultural. All right. So let me tell you about what he's doing here. You know what I mean? This particular instrument is called a Cura. Right? Right? Read this correctly. Because sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? And it's actually part of the Baglama family, right? In Turkey, they have a tradition that their folk music goes back 2,000 years, and they said, you know what I mean, the Turkish huntsmen would come home from the hunt in the nomadic days, you know what I mean, and they would be playing on instruments that look like this, you know what I mean. I can't show it to you. Not yet, so I want to introduce it to you, all right? This is an odd instrument, you know, called the baglama. But this instrument was just a bastardized lute. It was just a lute that had been kind of bastardized. And they got smaller and smaller and smaller, and some of them got bigger. And one of them was called a tambura at one point, and they started just calling all of them baglava, and the little tiny ones kuras. And there was a real big one called like Shrivala Deva, or something like that. But it's a very rare one. It's like real big. It's the bass one. You know what I'm saying? That's the bass one. Ooh, hey man, don't fight, Cura. Turkey doesn't really want to fight with that, man. So listen to me. I was at the flea market not too long ago, and I'm glad to be filming this episode right now so I remember exactly what happened. It was a cold day, and I walked like this. I was like, oh, it's a cold day. That's the wind blowing and shit. I was like, oh! And I seen a dude at the back of his like little hatchback, minivan kind of thing, sitting back there, all kinds of world instruments. Like, what the fuck is this guy? I'd never seen him before in my life. I believe his name was Scott. I want to say it was Scott. If it wasn't, I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? You're Scott to me now, man. And to my, like, 7 viewers. So listen to me. I was like, Scott, man, where did you get all these, like Japanese instruments? And there was, like, you know what I mean? All kinds of, like, stuff from the east, west, south. There was one from Antarctica. It was made out of, like, a man's, like, femur bone. It's crazy, man. There was one made in jail. No, I'm just kidding, man. There's just, you know what I mean? None of them are made out of human remains. You guys are sick-minded. So anyway, I was like, which one can I get for you? Not that much money, you know what I mean? I looked around. He had all kinds of real fancy ones. I knew they were like really expensive. And I saw a little case in the back. Ooh, this is a little guy here. Ooh, you know what I mean? I wrangled some money to him. I'm not going to tell you guys how much because I don't want people to know. Maybe oh, wow, we got a great deal. Oh, wait, he got ripped off. So I'm not going to tell you, but it wasn't that much. Let's just say it was less than 30, right? And it was more than 20. Think about it. Anyway, I want to show it to you now. See? You can't really see it that well. You certainly can't hear it. I'm sorry about the dehumidifier, people. I got a dehumidifier. I got like 50 guitars on the wall. It happens, man. You get to hear it live, man. So I don't edit anything out. You know, I want you to see the warts and all Guitkit land. So I'm going to flip you around, man. We're going to learn about this Cura. Kind of looks like a lute, right? Old bowl back. Shit. Can't really see that well because I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not prepared to show it to you right now. I gotta prepare myself. So let's flip you around peacefully. We're gonna learn about it. We're gonna clean up a little bit. Some weird smudges on. I don't know what Scott was doing. This is figure. Kind of a thing on it, man. Flip you around. But it's not gonna hurt. It might hurt me more than it hurts you. One, two. It's okay. So this is how I sort of like located it in the side of his little caravan thing, man. All kinds of foreign instruments, you know, this is tucked away in the corner. This is a case. I mean, it comes with a case. That's pretty incredible as is. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but inside the pouch, it's usually empty. You know what I mean? Maybe like a book of matches or something like that. If it's personal, sentimental, you know. This actually comes with another set of strings, which are unopened. You know what I mean? I believe there's some kind of pick in here too. Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe there wasn't. Yeah, there is. It even has like the traditional pick. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that incredible, man? That's pretty cool, man. I think there might be another kind of pick in here too. Possibly. Maybe not. Yeah, there it is. See that? 2 picks, man. So let's get this thing off, man. I'll come right back at y'all. And there it is, man. What a beautiful instrument. You know what I'm saying? You can see the detail. Fine craftsmanship. The traditional, you know what I mean, tied on frets. So you can see the little knots on the back. They've been cleanly sort of cauterized. It's just a gorgeous sort of little toy, you know what I mean? I think the Turkish warriors would have had nylon strings to tie around his frets, though. But it's a great little, you know what I mean, piece of history, a piece of art, a working, you know what I mean, a working instrument that we're gonna belt out a little bit of a song for you on, right? Without breaking it. Now, just to sort of, you know what I mean, to show you, this wasn't some kind of fly-by-night Chinese investment. This is real Turkish strings, you know what I mean, that this guy got. He got everything directly from Turkey. A little pick in there, too. Looks like there's just a picture of a Cura. These picks, this one's made out of like a plastic. You can see it's got the Turkish brand in there. I want you to see it properly. And this one's made out of like a rubber, kind of. Rubber one doesn't seem to want to photograph as well. This one of a rubber. I guess that, you know what I mean? Pick your poison. And if that wasn't enough, he gave me a book about all different kind of tunings. I thought this book was from like the 60s just by looking at it, you know what I mean? But I think it's actually from the 90s. That looks very 60s like, you know, it was like David Crosby, right when he left the Birds, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it has like all the history of it and everything, you know what I mean? Different little songs and stuff that you can figure out. And most importantly, it's got all the tunings, you know what I'm saying? Different types of them and what tunings to use. That's the most important part of it. You know what I'm saying? Here are all the tunings, man. You want to know what you're dealing with. So there's like 10 different ways to tune it. 10 ways from Tuesday. So we're going to look at there and just pick the like most Western kind of, you know what I mean? Western scheme that we can scam out of it. Right? And then we're going to tune it that way after we've brought it into the lavatory, cleaned up some of this spooge. I'm not sure what that is. And just, you know what I mean, gone over it and made sure it's in tune. We'll tell you what tuning we chose, man. Actually, we'll see what tuning it's in. And see how far away some of the ones we want to be and are at. You know what I mean? We don't want to tune it too much. We want to have to actually crack open a set of gold strings, do we? We want to save them as mementos for the next crew. See you in the lavatory. Oh, welcome back to the lavatory. See that? He's in a rush. He had business to conduct, you know what I mean? Anyway, so here we are. The main thing we have to really do is do some schmutz on here, man. You can't even see it, man. Here it is. You see it? You know what it is? Don't like it being there. Don't want to think about it anymore. OPP, man. Other people's, whatever it is, man. I'm trying to get it off just some old, you know what I mean? Hey, man, you can't see me, man. I came in the wrong direction. Hey, you know what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to get it off with that. Quick episode, right? There it is, man. Furniture polish took it right off, whatever the fuck it was. Ugh. COVID-15, man. Who knows, man? COVID 1996. That in mind, had the tuner out, figured out what it was tuned up to. It's pretty much looked like it was, you know, a couple steps behind this one right here, man. The old Bozuk tuning, man. Looks like the first one spoken about. So, tuned it up to that. It's pretty simple tuning. Going from G, D, A, from thinnest to thickest. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. We've been messing around with it. Pretty cool, man. I'm going to figure out a song ready for the glam shots. You know what I mean? I'll give you a little glamour shots. Talk about it a little bit more. I'll see you there. Because we're already in tune with ourselves and our friends. Peace be with you. Always. Rightfully called a world instrument for its worldly qualities, man. A world away from anything you really can understand if you've never played anything like strange before. Once you start playing like a couple of these strange instruments, they all sort of sound like, you know what I mean? Take like 10, 15 minutes. And if you have some kind of musical ability, you can jump out of some kind of Western tune on one of them. You know what I mean? Always can do it, man. I just played this. I tuned it up. It's that tuning I showed you in the little book, man. This is all live Bobby G training, man. And I tuned up the instrument. I tuned it like in octaves, you know what I mean? It's gonna sound great, man. I just learned a little Western tune, man. I have nothing else really to say. You know what I mean? I show it to you. You know what I mean? I just learned a little song. I don't want to forget it. You know what I mean? I want to show you guys the second time I ever played the song. So I can say like, hey man, this is the last second time I ever played it, man. You know what I mean? Unless something goes wrong, man. Anyway, I love all you guys, man. I'm glad you could be on this journey with me. As I got one of these, like, you know what I mean, things put in my lap that I never expected in a million years. It's become like a joy to me. A wonder to me, in a way. Like, you know what I mean? This thing's a roller, though, man. There's like 2 or 3 times where it almost fell off. You know what I mean? Almost got it very damaged. You know what I mean? Fell off the slab almost. Fell off this thing a little while ago. You know what I mean? You gotta be real careful. So that being said, man, before I forget that little song that I just learned on it, I'm gonna have to retune it again. You know what I mean? I want to say peace be with you and I love you. And that's it, man. Let's hear it, man. Please. Let's hear it. Thank you. And there it is. The Cura from Tori. My dreams, the jingle jangle of all the novellas. The Turkish novellas aren't like provocative and sexual. Like the Spanish ones, man. cool instrument, man. They say we're young and we don't know, we won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby, I got you. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got flowers in the spring. I got you. Wear my ring. And I'm Hey man, a little wonky there at the end, man. I don't know what I'm doing. This is the third time I ever played this instrument ever, man. I found another pick, man. Check this out. It's a blue one, man. It's a real thick one, man. I don't even know anything else to play. I didn't even practice anything. See if this, theoretically, this might sound okay. Not bad, right? This is like this is more like a rubber pick. It's like more of a muted kind of sound. It's more like dragging along, you know what I mean? It's like more wobbly. This is the plastic one. Sounds like Gilbert O'Sullivan. Hey man, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, man. This is a Cura. World instrument, man. Bobby G, man. That's the third time I ever played it. I tuned it up. I played it a little bit. And I played it again. Because I messed up the first take. I forgot the words of Sonny and Cher. And then this is the third time, man. You would have seen the second one, but I forgot the first lyric. Hey, young, peace be with you. I love you.